Yo, 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 it's a fun day today. Today we have an interview with Chanelle Ahmose. This is a young lady that I met randomly in a vegan cafe. I was chilling with my boys and I just heard her having a chat with her friend. And it was kind of like a dope-ass podcast. Do you know what I'm saying? I was thinking, yo, they're talking about some interesting ass stuff. So I thought, let me get talking and get capturing, because I think this is something that will be great to share with you guys, you know what I mean? It's a lot of it's about, you know, feminism, feminine energy, and how, you know, women carry themselves online and how they feel about it too. So this is quite a touchy one, so stay tuned. Tell me how you guys think. Yeah, alright, well, one, what are you saying? Hi, Chi.
Hi.
I'm saying, everyone introduce yourself.
Chanelle.
Last name?
Ahmose.
Is that your original last name?
No, that's
It's not much. That's an interesting point right there, isn't it?
yeah.
Why did you change your last name?
I changed my last name because I don't want to have a swear last name. So I went out and looked for a name that would have meaning. And plus, I'm the only person in my family that has my last name anyway.
Okay.
So it wasn't really like a big thing to drop my last name. But yeah, it was mostly because I wanted my last name to have more meaning. Like a new identity.
What does last name mean?
No.
Yeah.
Child of the
Child of the
Yeah.
Okay then, cool. So I'm gonna go to the question.
Okay.
Question basically was Instagram. Your Instagram is rather, I would say, I don't know how to say it, or how to call it. What do you call it?
What do you call it?
Yeah. Because yeah.
I saw bits of it because he showed me when he was telling me about it. But the thing is, right, you know what's weird? It's about perspective, because to you and me, it's nothing, but you know that other people are going to look at it and think, why would somebody do that, right? That is what the questions are about. Because for us people, I mean, we live around artists, I myself, like he's an artist, you know, I have a certain perspective on life. It's not quite in line with whatever societal norms. So to us, it's fairly normal for your Instagram to do that because we surround us.
But then I think, to be honest though, I don't think like a lot of people, because if you do look at my Instagram, it's mostly clothes.
It's
Yeah.
But you know what makes it different? Sorry to interrupt you. It's just the fact that you found this photos of you, like where you were not wearing much clothes.
Yeah. But like, I say this because I'm like, most of my Instagram isn't like that. I've got like 2 photos that are like that, but the rest of my Instagram is just like normal selfies. You can see on everybody's page.
Or what vibrates more though?
Probably.
That's the question.
Clothes. It's just a no clothes, yeah.
It's just true though. That's just human though, isn't it? People pick out the taboo subjects, like shouldn't really be taboo anyway. That's my take on it, but yeah. So yeah, it's good. The question was, I don't know what I call it. What I would personally call it is someone that's very aware, and I see it as like a beacon, a positive beacon for other females that might be feeling, you know, a certain way, because I think it's very natural.
That was funny that you say that, sorry.
Yeah. Well, tell me why do you say so?
Because I feel like everybody thinks my Instagram is just about like, females, and it's really not that. Like everything I say about women is, I feel the exact same about men. And like I do have a few posts that are about like men as well. Like I feel like I wouldn't call myself a feminist.
Oh no.
Like, but when everyone's like, oh, like, are you really doing well at empowering women? And then I have a lot of people messaging me like, oh, but would you feel the same if a man did that? And I'm like, yeah, of course I would. Like everything, and like sometimes on my story I will write about male subjects, not just women, because for me it's like just but then I wouldn't say I'm empowered. I'm not trying to empower anybody at the same time. I'm not trying to be an inspirational person. I'm trying to be myself and authentically myself. And if I inspire people where I'm at it, then that's just the bonus.
It's the vibe.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Because I can connect to that, because that's exactly what I do. Because, you know, me with the teaching and the cooking and all these things, I've been doing it for years. I didn't see it as a thing, like that's just a part of me. It's only until when my mom told me, you know, spread it out. I was like, what do you mean? You're gonna like that? Yeah, well, everyone listens. I didn't mind the same way in it, and it just felt like it was just natural. So it's only now that because I've seen the influence that I can have where I kind of, my intentions in there, I think that's the word that I'm looking for, is intention. It's like, you wasn't that sick, the intention for you wasn't to just empower women and this kind of stuff. Because you're not trying to go, what I'm getting is that you're not trying to go one-sided, you're about, you know what I mean? You're about yourself.
Yeah.
So, obviously different people are going to interpret things in different ways, you know what I mean? So, I do feel that, I get it. And intention is the deciding factor, I think. Because, from my perspective, when I see people on Instagram, I'm very opinionated, you know what I mean? I'm sensitive towards certain things. There's certain things that I will, you know, I think this.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You know, you can judge me when you want, but guess what? I think this. Because I've got myself to a point now where I'm confident enough to just not judge myself. If I have a thought or I feel something, I feel that, and whether it's cool or not cool, that's just how I feel, do you know what I mean? So there's certain things, you know, I don't know how some women could portray themselves on Instagram. I can perceive it as there's an intention behind it, and I might not connect with that intention. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm not a person that would say good or bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't really exist to me, per se. But it's the intention behind it, and obviously the intention, you're going to get byproducts, you're going to get a result. That's just mathematics, that's just life. A lot of people try and put in intentions and then get surprised when, you know, byproducts come, but that's actually part of the equation, so don't act shocked when, you know.
Yeah, like I think with me, like when I posted that photo, I hold myself 100% accountable for everything that would come from it. From the edit. I knew exactly when I posted it, what attention it could get. But just like, I don't care. I don't care. Like I knew there were going to be people, I knew there were going to be guys that were going to ruin my DM sexually. I'd block them straight away. I didn't reply, I just blocked them straight away. I knew there'd be people who look at it like, oh my gosh, this and that.
When I saw your profile and stuff, I didn't see the intention as being anything other than you're expressing yourself. And I think that's, you know, relation to me being an artist too. You know, you see the human body as a form instead of, you know, all the other things attached to it. It's just literally just a form. You know what I mean? And to be honest, if anything, I'd say it should be celebrated rather than, you know, put into that whole taboo side. So I know I'm not the only one that sees your profile. I know I'm not everyone doesn't have my perspective. Other people would have the perspective. So my question is, when did you start? What made you start? What was the trigger? What was the
portraying myself like that?
To start, like when? How long ago was it when did you switch over? Was your Instagram always like that? Was you always like that on social media?
No, obviously I used to just post like selfies and what everybody posts.
Yeah.
And then I came out of a bad relationship, and I say kind of from then, I'd say that's where my kind of awakening, let's say, happened. And it literally just started with me kind of finding myself in that way. Just finding myself in general. It was just kind of like I was posting just more quotes and less physical appearance, because I want anyone who looks to go on my Instagram to see more than just a face. Do you know what I mean? To kind of think. I don't want anyone to go on my page to think, okay, yeah, here's a pretty girl. Do you know what I mean? I want them to go on it
to see.
There's more. Do you know what I mean?
Chanelle,
I do feel like how my Instagram is now, it's filtered out a lot of people that I don't want, like, to message me and stuff, so that's a really good thing, because I attract a lot of like-minded people, because from their first glimpse they can see whether or not they're gonna like me or not. Females and males, you know what I mean? Anybody, they can see, okay, is this my kind of person or is it not? But in terms of like why and when I started posting those pictures, I remember the first time I did it, it was in July. And the picture's still on my profile, but it was a picture of me fully dressed, then a picture of me without clothes. And my basic message was kind of like, I feel empowered, both modest and nude. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is how I dress on an everyday basis. I don't go out of the house wearing barely anything. Like, but then I don't feel ashamed for not wearing anything. Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of saying like, I'm not gonna be one of those females that are like, oh, for example, like Muslim women, them covering up, oh no, you're oppressed. If that's what empowers you and if that's what you're okay with, I'm okay with that, do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be ashamed if they've got nothing on, do you know what I mean? Like, you have to look at yourself like, just kind of loving yourself and being comfortable with yourself. But for me, the reason why I kind of did it was, I feel like it's kind of, I was speaking to my friend about this the other day, I feel like for me it's kind of taking back that power that that I'd given to other people, like me owning myself,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, because I feel like in the past I've let kind of people dictate and not necessarily like respect me and stuff, do you know what I mean? So just kind of taking all of that back and being like, you know what, this is me, I own myself, like I'm accountable for my body, I love myself, this and that. I feel like that's kind of more what it was, and just I like naked bodies. I like bodies. I think they're
Me too.
beautiful.
Me
Like
too.
I really
Yeah.
think they're absolutely gorgeous. Like men, women, whatever the body shape. I think they're just really beautiful things. How different they all are. Do you know what I mean? Like no two bodies are the same. They
Yeah.
might be very similar, but they're not the same.
It's like a fingerprint, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And I think it's just beautiful. So it's just kind of like, to me, it is my art. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, this is me. This is what I carry with me every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, why am I ashamed of it? This is who I am, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
take it or leave it. Like, and also, I guess it was also kind of trying to take the sexual stigma off it, but that wasn't my main intention. Just kind of like, I feel like the more people see it, the more people are more comfortable with it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just kind of posting it and being like, listen, look, I'm not posting. Like, you can post your body without it being for attention.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
people
yeah,
to
yeah.
see, oh, not everybody that posts their body is because they're trying to get
Of
people
course.
to message them or look for attention. Like, some people just like themselves. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Of
like,
course
yeah.
not. It's meant to be your page, isn't it? It's meant to be
Yeah.
how you express. Like, I understand it as well. I think it's a big focus on body. Like, how would I put it now? How would I put it? Body's one thing, time's another thing. Everything's an exchange. Some people use their body as the currency to exchange for certain things. Some people use their time as the currency to exchange for certain things. Why is it that the model is more likely to get bad backlash from people for just looking good, or using her body as him or her using their body as their profession, rather than someone that has that job and they're working in the office day in and day out? Yet the currency is time. You're going to be working more time in those kind of things to be able to get the same amount of money as someone that is using their body as a currency, if you get what I'm trying to say. A lot of people would have more negative thoughts towards the person using their body because of the place in society now, where it's okay to use time as a currency, but when you really deep it, what's more important? What can you get back? What can you change? What can you heal? Time is gone. Time constantly goes, it shifts away. So in reality, my perspective is that time is actually the most important currency. It doesn't really relate to the body.
Yeah.
But there's too much focus on the body, which is what I'm trying to say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I can connect with what you're saying with your profile as well, with just trying to show your whole self as well, yeah. Because you see on my profile, 1 second I'm dancing, 1 second I'm making music, 1 second I'm chatting crap about food, and then I'm cooking, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be one thing. But yeah, that leads on to my next question. The guy, to be honest, this is the first question, which is funny enough. If a guy came in and your Instagram obviously you didn't meet on Instagram. This is the scenario. You didn't meet on Instagram. You met him in person, yeah? And then you got to know the person. You connected. And then they saw your thing after. So you had already connected with this person now. And then they commented on, your Instagram and said, oh, would you alter it? I'm not saying change it, clean it, or nothing. I'm saying, would you alter it? How would you respond?
How alter it? Like, take those pictures down or stop posting? Well, I feel like, to be honest, if we would have connected, he would already know that about me. Like, it's not something that I kind of hide, you know what I mean? It's something that probably within the first deep conversation of knowing someone, they kind of know my thoughts and opinions on things. But if they didn't, I wouldn't be with them.
No?
No, because that them saying that to me, like altering it and changing it, would show me a side of them that I don't resonate with, do you know what I mean? That shows me that, okay, you see the body differently, or to me it'd kind of be like a thing of, I'd feel like they were trying to own me.
I understand.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand.
But I'd want them to know, like, I wouldn't change it because that's me, do you know what I mean? You either have to accept it or you don't, I'm okay regardless. But I'd want them to know that, okay, just because I'm posting these pictures, it's not for attention. Like, I don't want you to think that I've got all these other guys trying to message me, or I'm doing it for anybody's attention other than yours, because that's not it. And I feel like they would know me as a person to know I'm not like, I'm a very open and honest person, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't need to worry about those things if that is their issue. But if their issue was more of kind of like, oh, I don't want other people to be seeing your body like how I'm seeing it, then I don't want someone to have that same I don't want someone to have that mindset. I want someone who wants me to feel empowered and wants to empower me, do you know what I mean? I want someone who's like, I love how you express yourself and I want you to continue being comfortable and confident like that, not kind of trying to put a blanket over it. Yeah, so I wouldn't change it at all.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
And I've met guys who have said that same thing and I'm just like, no, that's
Same
not
way.
gonna happen, yeah. But sometimes, more time I say it before, like, that's why I like to know people's opinions on what they think of my Instagram, like. But that would definitely be like a, what's the word?
Okay.
Got the word. It would definitely be
A factor, it'd be an important point.
What's the word when you,
Compromise?
no, what's the word when it,
Discriminating.
no, it puts you off, it's not a red flag, it would definitely be a,
Red flag, I use that.
Or discerning factor.
it'd put me off, that would,
It'd put you off straight
I
away.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be, it wouldn't go.
Okay. That leads me to my next question now.
Okay.
So, obviously in relationships there's different things in relationships, okay? So sometimes people are lacking, well, everyone is always lacking in some things and some people are strong in other things. So when you connect with other people, you know, the basis of the relationship is compassion, you know what I mean? Being compassionate towards one another, but being compassionate to yourself first, obviously, to be able to have that connection. Now, could you understand why somebody that was interested in you may feel that way and may ask those things?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, I could understand why.
Yeah. Why do you think they may?
I think it'd probably just be more of like, I don't know if they particularly feel threatened, but it'd probably just be like, I guess it's just that protective thing, innit? Like of, I don't want the rest of the world to kind of see what I see. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that. So I understand it, but I don't want to be owned by anybody. That's why I'm not in a relationship, because I feel like everybody wants to own like other people and. To me, I'm not gonna ever tell somebody what to do with their body or what to do with them. So I don't expect, I don't expect the same back. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of, yeah. But I'd understand it, but it'd just be, it wouldn't.
Do you feel that you could? It's the same way. Like, well, the reason why I brought it to relationships is because it's a different paradigm in terms of how you connect with someone. Whereas you can be in a relationship and have a good relationship with that person, love that person. But that person could be addicted to something. They could be an alcoholic or something. That might not stop you from being with that person, if you get what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you take measures to work them, to be able to understand. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So do you feel like you could ever, say you got with someone and then they initially started with that, and obviously your response was you would never be with them, like you'd go straight away. But what I'm asking you is,
Could I work with it?
I'm saying you connected with, that's why I gave the scenario, you connected with them already. Do you feel like, you know, maybe you could, you know, no? Is it black and white?
I wouldn't change it.
No, I'm not saying for you to change it. I'm not saying for you to change.
Change their opinion.
I'm trying to say,
Have the patience to.
The patience to try and help them see another perspective over time, or would it be like an instant black and white? I'm gone. Because that's how you.
No, I would, but it wouldn't be on the same level that it was before. I'd probably be like, okay, we're probably better as just friends. And then if over time they start to see it, and obviously because that foundation would be there already, then I'd be like, okay, then yeah, but it wouldn't. My romantic interest in them would go almost straight away if that's what they said. Like, I'd still be friends with them. Like, I'm not the type of person to be like, okay, we're all or nothing. If we get along, we're a good person. I'm not going to cut you off just because your opinions are different to mine. Like, there's no need to do that. But
I understand.
I'd keep them as a friend, and obviously if over time they got to understand it, and then maybe we could work towards it. But it would turn me off, like, romantically from them. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I want to conclude then, guys. Last question I want to be, what advice would you give to any other female that may have, you know, maybe feeling how you felt in that time, you know, when you wanted to break out and take control? What advice would you give to them if they don't feel as confident as you may have in the time?
Be kind to yourself and be compassionate with yourself, and be everything that you would want someone to be with you to yourself. Like, kind of, with me, like when I was finding myself and figuring out what I wanted. My head was everywhere. I was confused. I was conflicted. I didn't know how to feel. Like I didn't have people to talk to. Like allow yourself to feel those things. Like allow yourself to go through all the motions of not understanding and not knowing how to express yourself, and allow yourself to feel it, and then just kind of, I feel like once you felt it, you start to find more direction then, but just allow yourself to kind of feel everything first, and then you'll figure it out.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. Thank you.